know it. We met the standard and then some, and the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees, and everybody else runs and hides. Go run and hide. Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community and this city and state, you have to live with that history forever.
That is SL Green CEO Mark Holliday, who has a reported net worth of over $100 million. Why is he upset? Because he didn't get his way. Take a wild guess who was the face of Holliday's newest venture.
Okay, I think we've passed kneeling. I think everyone knows what the issue is, and we're done with that.
That would be Jay-Z, who recently hosted an event and appeared to choose to sit with none other than Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump at his table. Also in attendance for the Atlantic City Gala was Travis Scott, Kevin Hart, Meek Mill, DJ Khaled, Quavo, Emma Roberts, the Green Bay Packers' Micah Parsons, Odell Beckham Jr., and many more. A ton of people voiced their critiques on the optics of this as a window into much more.
Jay-Z was actually hosting this event last night, and as you can see, he's sitting at the same table, and here's Ivanka, here's Jared Kushner, but here's also Desiree Perez, and I think a lot of you guys are forgetting Donald Trump is the one that pardoned Desiree Perez. And Desiree Perez is the CEO of Rock Nation, so it really shouldn't shock that many people. This event is hosted to raise money for prison reform, and when you're a billionaire, you are going to be rubbing shoulders with a lot of other billionaires. People are not sitting well with this because they know that Jay-Z hosted this event, and they feel like since he hosted it, they're obviously okay with being around Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner.
A lot of people are talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z being cozied up with the Kushners at a fundraiser that they hosted for criminal justice reform, which plainly makes no sense. The Kushners care about criminal justice reform. But I think the more interesting story is Jay-Z being blocked from building a casino in Times Square, because Jay-Z really tried to argue that building a casino would be good for Black people. And this is the issue with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and many Black capitalists, is they will do things that are only meant to benefit them and then try to act like it is something for the collective. If Black capitalists want to lean into the hyper-individualism of the moment and do things only meant to benefit them, have at it, I guess. But to continue to act like this is for Black people, like this is in any way going to lead to our liberation, is not just ridiculous, but I think actively harmful, because it gives people the idea that you can just individualism your way out of oppression, and that's not the case. We are in a very dark moment, and the only way that we get out of this is by working collectively for our collective liberation and prosperity. If Jay-Z and Beyonce want to be a part of that, they can start by redistributing their wealth and investing not in philanthropy, but actual community-based solutions that address the problems all of us face, like lack of education, lack of transportation, lack of housing, lack of food.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are sitting at a table at a gala next to Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. Yes, they are in class solidarity with these individuals. They are not in class solidarity with our working class. They are comfortable being next to these people in positions of power because they want more of it. I think we just need to realize that our faves are not our friends. Like, we do not know these people. Yes, some people will say, well, it's in the music. It was in the music. And then what happened? What era are we in right now? And before you argue, oh, this was a seating arrangement thing, no. You're telling me two of the most powerful artists in the industry can't request a seat away from Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. They don't see it as an issue, again, because they are not in class solidarity with us.
Speaking of the word capitalist.
Before was the American dream. Pull yourself out of bootstraps and you can make it in America. All these lies that America told us our whole life. And then when we start getting it, they try to lock us out of it. They start inventing words like, capitalists and, things like that. I mean, we've been called monkeys. I don't care. Those words y'all come up with, y'all got to come up with stronger words. We're not going to be tricked out of our position. Y'all locked us out. Y'all created a system that, doesn't include us. We said, fine. We went our alternate route. We created this music. We did our thing. We hustled, killed ourselves to get to this space. And, now it's like, eat the rich. And think, man, we're not stopping.
He equated it to a slur. Okay. On the Times Square casino, the proposal that was backed by Hove, Caesar's Palace, and Holiday lost its bid because of the will of the people and those working in Broadway. They were worried about the dent it would put into the theater industry. Al Sharpton, the civil rights icon and MSNBC host, who campaigned for Jay-Z in an effort to pressure the board into voting for its approval, called the theater kids, and I quote, oligarchs. My guy, you are on the side of a billionaire. Who is the oligarch in this equation, man? From Fortune, the local board approval was required for the proposal to be considered by the State Gaming Commission, which plans to award up to 3 licenses for New York City area casinos in the month of December. They made their case, as people always do when doing this stuff, on revenue and jobs. However, evidence from other urban areas suggests that the tax revenue projections of casino companies often prove to be overstated and that the economic benefits of casinos fade over time, wrote the New York Times. Furthermore, Lucy Dedayan, a senior research associate with the Urban Institute, a research organization, would say the benefits of casinos are quite short-lived, and the only way for states to realize sustained growth in gambling tax revenue is to open more casinos or legalize new forms of gambling, like online or even in the sports betting realm. When there's a new casino opening around the corner, Dedayan said, people go and try it for the novelty. After some time, as short as 1 year, it wears off. I saw quotes, by the way, from Jay-Z where he said that they wouldn't compete with Broadway. They would be in unison and they would complement one another. Not really. Jonathan Krutz, an emeritus professor at Boise State University who has studied casinos for 30 years, would publish a paper that studied casinos from the years 2002 to 2017 and over 39 states. He found that local economies with casinos did not experience faster growth in retail sales than those without casinos. He would conclude that casinos didn't typically attract new money, cannibalizing from existing businesses instead. We continue to hear this over and over, right? Jobs. It's going to do big numbers with jobs. We're going to add so many jobs. Research would show the median average income of a casino worker is a little over $29,000. Considering what we have seen, and Jerome Powell even stating that inflation has gone up because of Donald Trump, our cost of living is going up. Our grocery prices are going up. Remember when he said they were going to go down? Everything is getting more expensive. And you want to add jobs for $29,000 a year, man? In New York? I mean, make it make sense, because it doesn't.
Jay-Z's Rock Nation is spearheading a new $300 million educational campaign in Philadelphia, but it's not what it seems. Jay-Z's Rock Nation unveiled the campaign called the Pennsylvania Award for Student Success. It's aimed at promoting a new school voucher program for Philadelphia K-12 students from low-income households. For context, vouchers have been controversial nationwide, but especially in Pennsylvania, where Republicans have painted them as a way to help students leave underperforming schools. On the other side, Democrats and teachers' unions oppose sending taxpayer money to private schools, believing the money should instead be invested in the public education system. One of the largest teachers' unions in the United States, AFT Pennsylvania, responded to the news, tweeting, quote, "This ain't it, and for good measure, Here's a still of Jay-Z and Jeffrey Yass, PA's richest man, potential Trump Treasury Secretary, and the force behind the voucher push in Pennsylvania. The president of the AFT then said, quote, "The crisis in public education funding in America could have been solved a long time ago if billionaires like Jeff Yass and Jay-Z simply paid their fair share in taxes, instead of robbing needed money from public schools to fund failed voucher schemes which hurt poor kids."
According to the National Education Association, which is actually the largest union in the United States, the labor union, they say that this voucher system actually gives to private school institutions money that is now not accountable to taxpayers. They also say that that means public school students have this: less access to musical instruments, science equipment, modern technology, textbooks, after-school programs. There's zero statistical evidence, zero, that voucher programs improve overall student success. In fact, the opposite is true. Research has shown that students who use voucher programs leave a public school system and attend a private school system, they do worse academically, especially in math.
So this is happening in,
The final thing that I'll say about that is vouchers mostly fund wealthy families. They are overwhelmingly the recipients of the vouchers.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.